Hi, my name is Emily Madill. I'm here with what I call my weekly happiness video where I read aloud this week's featured article. This week's article is one that I wrote about 6 years ago, but it still feels very timely today. It's called How to Strengthen Your Life by Embracing Your Softer Side. There is a popular belief out in the world that the louder we are, the more noticeable and important we become. I believe the opposite is true. The more we embrace our softer side, the easier it becomes to connect with who we are and express ourselves from an authentic place. Showing up in the world as your true self is a noteworthy act that will be noticed in a different way. When we step outside of the incessant need to be heard, the voices urging us to be bolder, brighter, and better begin to fade. Instead, those voices are replaced with a quieter knowing and contentedness in being in touch with who we are at our core. I have come to notice that it is within quiet, gentle space where love resides, where peace can be accessed, and where next steps to living a purposeful life are often revealed. Inside the quiet brilliance is where you connect to yourself, your true self. It becomes more natural to turn inward for validation when we adopt a softer approach of expressing the essence of who we are or the work we are here to do. This internal place allows us to honor ourselves whenever we feel the need. It never wavers. Adopting a softer way of being in everyday life is a gift you get to give to yourself. These are a few practices that help me embrace my softer side. Try them on and see if they may be a right fit for where you are in your life. Number 1. Be gentle. Life can be extremely noisy and chaotic, but it doesn't have to be. It can become quiet and still and peaceful if we allow. It is not always easy to try on a new way of being. It can be daunting and overwhelming to know where to begin. One way I practice a gentler approach to life is to be gentle. When I focus for a day, an hour, or even a moment on speaking in a quieter and gentler tone, it has a ripple effect. When I practice being gentler in my reactions to life, I feel more connected to who I truly am. There are other physical ways to practice gentleness. You can concentrate on making as little noise as possible in your steps. Another gentle way of being is to practice what it is like to hold space for others while they express who they are. While you hold this quiet space, focus on the other person. Take in their words and their essence. Release the need to interject or have your voice and opinion be heard. Just hold space. Number 2, be curious. Approaching our lives and the world around us with a curious lens has a gentle tone to it. When we are curious, we are genuinely thirsty to learn more about something or someone else. There is no room for judgment in curiosity. When we approach life with a desire to expand our horizons and open our eyes to the diversity around us, life has a way of feeling peaceful. If, on the other hand, we are closed off and not open to understanding a way that is different than our own, we generally show up defensive and guarded. This is where the need to shout and be heard often comes from: fear of differences and fear of not being understood. One way I practice being curious is to commit to refrain from reacting or exploding for a period of time. It might be a day, an hour, or perhaps for the duration of a difficult conversation. Instead, during these times, I practice seeing the situations or people before me through a lens that wishes to learn more about life from a point of view different than my own. Having lighthearted interactions with others definitely contributes to seeing and experiencing the value in surrendering to a softer way of being. And finally, number 3, be kind. We all have the power to be kind in our thoughts, words, and actions toward others and toward ourselves. There is always a way to be kind. It is a choice we make. Kindness doesn't always feel like a natural place to go, especially when we feel hurt or we believe the story we have been wronged by others. But we make a choice every time we decide to engage from a place that is kind or unkind. We create a deeper connection with ourselves and others through kindness. We disconnect with ourselves and others by being mean-spirited. When viewing the choice to be kind in this light, it makes sense to choose the road paved with kindness. It feels good. It takes way more energy and focus to be mean or spiteful toward others. Being kind is always the gentler, easier approach. It is inherent in us. We don't arrive into this world hardened and detached from the essence of who we are. Many of us learn to disconnect over time. Therefore, coming back to the place of accessing our softer side is also something we can relearn through practice and being gentle with ourselves. Surrendering to your softer side is meant to be a gentle practice that you get to play with and experiment with over time. It doesn't have to happen all at once. Less is more because you are always enough. So that is this week's featured article, How to Strengthen Your Life by Embracing Your Softer Side. And again, I wrote it about 6 years ago. It was first featured on Savannah East, which is a publication around spirituality, yoga, and conscious living. And it's also up on thriveglobal.com as well as my website, emilymadill.com. And I will include a link below this video to the article in case you want to have a read through or to share it out with someone who might benefit from having this little reminder. And I also do send out what I call a weekly happiness note. It goes out every Thursday morning, and I'll include a link if you're not already to sign up to receive those. I'll include a link below this video to how you can access those. And they just include simple ideas, articles, videos like these every Thursday. There are things that you already know about, but sometimes just having that reminder, I know, in even writing them and resharing them, it also serves as a reminder to myself to just see yourself as resourceful, to reset from where you are, to be gentle with yourself, and to just day by day, step by step, to put yourself in the driver's seat of feeling the very best that you can, because that's what life is all about. So I hope something here was helpful this week. I do have a couple of additional resources that could potentially be helpful if you found this article helpful. One is called the Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time book. It's one that I launched back in 2015. It's a journal style book that gives you 52 weeks worth of weekly prompts and space to journal right inside of the book. Now, these prompts are all on really strengthening that inner connection, or that connection that you have with yourself, of expanding your awareness, your self-awareness, and just choosing to day by day, step by step, to notice more of what is going well in your life and what you do appreciate about life, and what does make you feel good. So this book is all about focusing on those things and actually putting them into practice. So this one, I will include a link below this video. It's available on most popular online retailers and some local bookshops as well. And then the other resource I have, which is like a practice kind of to put into practice, is the seasonal Fall in Love with Your Life seasonal planner, a heart-centered feminine way to organize your time. And this resource is your guide to creating a weekly planning ritual it's not your typical planner. It's a full colored 3-month like a resource book where you are putting your self-care into motion, having a weekly intention, sitting down every week to just tune inward and to yes, get all the things out of your head onto paper, your tasks and to-dos and whatnot, but also really making that conscious choice to get clear on how it is that you want to feel, and to put some practices into your each day, so that you're not just on autopilot, that you're consciously making those decisions to feel your very best, no matter how life goes, because life does go up and down, as we all know. And but having a resource like this is just a tool to reconnect to yourself, because when we're connected to ourselves, it doesn't mean that the hard stuff in life goes away, but it sure does make traveling through it feel a whole lot easier and gentler. So these resources that I have are things that I use in my daily life, and I will include a link below this video, and you can check them out if they're helpful to you, or you're just curious. Go check those out. And however your week goes, just above all else, just remember to be gentle to yourself, and gentle in your reactions to life and to others when you're out in the world. So I hope that was helpful, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Have a wonderful week. Thank you.